Coming up, we've got an update on the new Percy Jackson series, Zootopia Plus, and much more. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Tuesday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start off with Zootopia Plus, or as they call it over here in the UK, Zootropolis Plus. It's going to be coming to Disney Plus this coming Wednesday on the 9th of November. And we got our first trailer. That's right, they released a trailer just about 24 hours before it came out on Disney Plus. Don't know why they waited so long. We actually got to see some clips of this back at the D23 Expo in September. There was even some clips like being put out on some of the different social medias and stuff over the weekend. But they finally put it out, the trailer. We're going to have 6 shorts. And some of them have got a little bit of a genre difference. For example, one is like a reality TV show like America's Got Talent. Another one is like The Real Housewives. And there's a musical episode. Some of them are just more like what you'd expect to see in the film. And all of these kind of stories are kind of going on the same time as the original film, Zootopia. So they're kind of like interconnected, like you kind of see where they come and go. So if you've seen Zootopia, they'll be a little bit better. But yeah, so this one's going to be a lot of fun when they drop in. But let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Percy Jackson and the Olympians, because Disney has announced that Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be starring in the series. He's going to be playing the Greek god Hermes, who we know here in the UK as the god of throwing parcels over your garden fence. And so this one is going to be a little bit interesting. They seem to be bringing in lots of different actors and stuff to be playing gods. For example, they recently announced that the WWE superstar Edge is going to be one of the gods in here. And he's going to be playing Ares. Yeah, so this one looks pretty cool. Nice to see Lin-Manuel kind of doing some different stuff. You know, he's obviously in with Disney doing lots of different projects and stuff. So I think this one's pretty cool. But let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Disney has also announced that the National Geographic film Retrograde is going to be getting a special distribution plan, which is going to be coming out across theatrical, broadcast, and also on streaming to try and get out to as many people as possible. So in terms of the US, at the minute, we know that it's going to be released in selected cinemas from November the 11th in major cities like New York and Washington DC, and then coming a little bit later to like Los Angeles and San Francisco. Then it's going to air on the National Geographic channel on December the 8th at 9 p.m. and it'll be available the following day on December the 9th in the US, and there's going to be a broader rollout for Disney Plus to come after that, and then it'll be arriving on Hulu on December the 11th. This documentary looks at what happened in the last 9 months of the Afghan war. So this one's definitely a little bit more mature. I'm glad that they're putting it onto Disney Plus. They tended to be a little bit on and off with putting these kind of things on there in the United States. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come with some more mature content. But yeah, this one's going to look very interesting. Probably not the normal kind of film I'm going to be watching, but with it being National Geographic, I'm going to be giving it a go when it arrives on Disney Plus here in the UK. No word yet on the date of that one. But it's nice to see kind of just a rollout plan for this film being completely revealed and just trying to get it out there to as many people as possible. But let me know if you're going to be watching Retrograde in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about 20th Century Studios' Darby and the Dead, which is going to be coming to Disney streaming services on the 2nd of December. So it's on Hulu in the United States, Star Plus in Latin America, and on Disney Plus around the world. This film is all about a young girl called Darby, who as a child has a near-life-death experience, which means then she can see dead people, and she kind of becomes a bit of an introvert. And then when the queen bee of the school dies unexpectedly from a hair-straightening accident, she ends up kind of trying to convince Darby then to kind of carry on with the idea of having the Sweet 17 party that she wanted. So it sounds very cool, very kind of high school stuff. So this one's definitely looking pretty cool. But if you're excited about it, let me know in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. If you are in Australia or New Zealand or Canada, you've got a brand new episode of Reasonable Doubts. There's only really another episode or 2 left of that one there before that one finishes. And also, obviously, if you're in the US and Canada, you've got a live episode of Dancing with the Stars that aired last night, so you can catch up on the replay if you want to. Okay, let's now jump into the poll of the day. I asked you, which Disney Star Wars series are you most excited about? With 61% of you looking forward to the 3rd season of The Mandalorian, with Ahsoka at 24% and Skeleton Crew right at the very bottom at 3%. Kind of weird with this one, because for me personally, the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew are the ones I'm most looking forward to, because they're something different. I don't know anything about them, and I think that's kind of a nice thing. Mandalorian Season 3, you've kind of seen, lots of Mandalorian. I mean, I love Mandalorian, but I kind of would like to see something new. But let's now jump into the comment of the day. Yesterday, The Way said, the future I want is for Disney Plus is to first merge Hulu into Disney Plus, then try to license other movies and shows from other companies. I know they've started doing this with Sony, but I would like to see some other stuff. And I think this is a perfectly good thing. We're seeing this a lot here in the UK with them licensing content and stuff. It makes a lot of sense. We're seeing things like in some countries where they're getting like the WWE Network, and we are starting to see Sony films and shows coming in. And yeah, I think ultimately once Disney decide what they're going to do with like Hulu, this is going to be something we see a lot more. There's going to be lots of little companies that are willing to sell content because they can't have their own streaming service. We're going to see much more of this. And I think, yeah, it's definitely going to be an issue. The only thing is when they do this, they need to get their leaving soon or some little highlight to indicate when stuff's leaving. Because with licensed stuff, it's going to be going and coming and going much more. So they need to tell people. Well, anyway, guys, let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. And I shall see you guys soon. Later. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.